What you were asking right there, because you said you have to teach people, right, and show them. You also teach by your example. Read it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 16. You know, let your light so shine before men.
So, by you wearing fringes, right, wearing a beard, keeping the commandments, that's your light shining before men. Those that are without, of our people, that may not know. Because that was spark a question. If you was to see me, right, walking down the street, and you see this on my clothes, you say, hey, bro, what's that on your clothes? What's the meaning of that? Then you got what? An opportunity to show them out of the Bible what that is for and why do you do it, right? So that's a commandment that we must do. That right there is a commandment, by showing your light before men. Go back. So that's the importance of fringes, right? It's to remind you of keeping God's commandments, as well as being a light to our people that don't know. Read that again.
And it shall be unto you for a friend, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that ye seek none after your own heart. And
so it says, so that you don't seek after your own heart, because what our people tend to do? Right, they leave right out of church and go right back to what they were doing. They were all in sin, but come Sunday, they're angels, right? So we have to wear fringes at all times to remind us to keep God's commandments.
Right.
That's a commandment, to wear fringes. So let me ask you, because before you ran into us tonight, where were you headed to? You were going home, or you were just out trying to hang out? What were you doing?
I was actually trying to make some friends, but I was on my way home actually.
Okay, so you're trying to meet some friends, right? And you're on your way home. The Lord stopped you for a reason, because you need to learn who you were.
Right.
It's not by coincidence.
Right.
So tonight is a special night. Did you know that? Because when you first walked up, you said you've been doing a little research and that you heard about the Israelites and that you were Hebrew. You understood that, right? So what is special about tonight that we all understood but you didn't know at first? Okay, get Exodus 20 and 8. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Because tonight is considered the Sabbath of the Lord. Did you know that? Or did you? Huh? Until now. See, that's a commandment as well. The Sabbath day is a commandment that all people should be keeping. What do they usually do? They tend to go to church when? Sunday. Is that in the Bible? No. Because, let's read it. Because I'm going to ask you a question after we read this. Read this.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
So, why does it say to remember the Sabbath day? Because we'll forget as a people. Look, right now it's the Sabbath. All people are doing what? Buying, selling, walking around, not observing the Sabbath at all. Because the Lord knew that we were going to forget the Sabbath. That's why it says remember the Sabbath. Read.
To keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So you guys, all week, 6 days out of the week, you have all week to handle your business, right? Do your buying, your selling, your cooking, your working, right? You got 6 days to do everything that you need to do. Read.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So the 7th day is the Sabbath day. On the calendar, right? When you look on the calendar on your phone or whether on the wall, what day is the 7th day? All right, I'm going to ask you, you got a phone on you?
Yeah.
Pull out your phone and pull up your calendar.
If I pull up the calendar, it's Saturday on my phone.
Saturday, because that is the 7th day. Though they say Monday is the first day of the week, of the working week, but Sunday is the first day, not the 7th day. Right? The 7th day is what? The Sabbath, which we should be observing and keeping. Right? See, our people know, but they still refuse to do the Sabbath. They refuse to keep the Sabbath. It's separate from all the other days. Right? We're supposed to be keeping the Sabbath day separate from all other days. Right? Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
So in the day of the Sabbath, you're not supposed to be doing any work. Because you got what? 6 days to handle all of that before then. Right? Read.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
So everybody that's even dwelling in your household, right? they're not supposed to be doing any work on the Sabbath as well. Even if you have your own business, you shut it down on the 7th day of the week, which is the Sabbath, right? Read.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day.
So just like the Lord rested on the 7th day, after he did all this work, he created the heavens, the earth, the stars. The 7th day he rested. Likewise, his own people, he wants us to rest as well. He ordained that day for us to rest. You understand? So that's the 7th day. What have we went over so far? We went over fringes, right? And we went over the Sabbath day, right? So on the Sabbath, you're not supposed to be doing what? We're not supposed to work. There's more, right? There's more to it. We're not supposed to work, and there's something else. And I'm going to show you. Huh? Yeah, we're supposed to observe it, and I'm going to show you how to observe it the proper way, right? Because even though people that say the day of worship is on Sunday, right? What do? They still cook, right? Is that according to God? On the Sabbath day, are we supposed to cook? How do we prove that? How do we show that? Because you're right. How do we know that, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to cook? Let's get that. Ezekiel. No, is it Ezekiel? No, Exodus, brother. Exodus 35 or 34. 35 and 4, is that? Let's get that real quick. But show the brother right here, TJ, that we're not supposed to work or cook. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35 and verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the 7th day.
So we're not supposed to be doing any cooking on the Sabbath, because guess what? Cooking is a form of work. You heard the phrase before, I've been slaving over a hot stove all day, right? It's a form of work. We're not supposed to be doing any cooking on the Sabbath as well. Because what are our people doing? They out here buying hot food that's been cooked, right? It's not supposed to be like that. On the Sabbath, all this is supposed to be shut down, but we're in the times where it's wicked as hell right now. So we are teaching our people you're not supposed to be doing these things, right? No working, no cooking as well. What else? Get Nehemiah. All right, what else are we not supposed to be doing? That our people tend to do right now.
Oh, man. On Saturday, I do laundry.
That's working.
Yeah.
What else? Things that we're not supposed to be doing, but now you know you're not going to do these things, right? No, because we fear God's judgment. So let's show you what else God said that we're not supposed to be doing on his holy Sabbath. Read.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
So ware is what? Goods, right? Like clothes, shopping, things like that. When are the sales usually on?
On the weekends.
On the weekends, right? They're trying to keep us in the midst of sin.
Right.
And I'm going to show you why. But normally, in this society, in this world, our people tend to do Black Fridays. All the sales are on Saturday. You're buying and selling on the Sabbath. When our people are not being taught this in the Christian church, and now they're in the midst of sin and don't even know it. Because the pastors are not even teaching them, hey, you're not supposed to be buying or selling. Even on the supposed day where they say it's the day of worship, they're still buying and selling and cooking and working. So they're not even doing their supposed worship day right. Read.
On the 7th day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the 7th day.
So all these people that come in our neighborhoods, right, these other nations, they come in our neighborhoods and tend to sell to us, make money off of us, right? They set up shop in our neighborhoods. We don't even own any shops in our own neighborhood. But they set up shop in our neighborhood and sell to us and keep us in the midst of sin while they benefit off our destruction. You understand? So that's the law as well. We went over fringes. We went over the Sabbath, right? We're not supposed to do what on the Sabbath?
We're not supposed to work.
Work?
We're
Clean?
essentially work.
Cook?
Shop.
Or shop. Buying or selling. That's a commandment that we could be keeping right now.
That's right.
But our people don't care. Our people want to go off and get drunk. They want to revel. They want to party. They want to do all these things that are against the laws of God. but they turn around in the same breath and say, I love God, I love Jesus. But how do you show Jesus' love if you're not keeping his commandments? So I made a statement earlier that they do these things by design to keep us in that state of mind, in sin, right? I'm going to show you why. Get Judah. Book of Judah 5 and verse 20.
Bring it out.
Because the other nations know, if we stay in the midst of sin, their kingdom can last forever. And that's what they try to do. They spend billions and trillions of dollars to keep us on the bottom and in sin. Right? We'll show you that out of the Bible. Read.
The book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Bring it out.
Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people.
So, I'm going to paint the picture for you. These are two other nation heathen men. They're having a discussion. Right? Let's read it again.
Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people.
So when it says error, that meaning sin. If there's any sin in the midst of the house of Israel, right? Our people, right? Read.
And they sin against their God. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So the other nations understood that we are the only people on the planet that actually have a God. We're the only people on the planet that have a God. They worship idols and statues and things like that. We're the only people that have an actual God. But they understood that if we sin against our God, it's going to be our ruin. It's going to be our demise. That's why they do it today. That's why they have all the sales. That's why they built Las Vegas, to keep us in the midst of sin.
That's right.
By buying, breaking the Sabbath, selling, cooking, reveling. They don't even show us in these churches none of this. But they want you to pass the plate around and get your money. They're not showing us anything out of the Bible. The heathen understood if we are in sin, they are on top.
Right.
Read it again.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up and shall overcome them. Let us there be no iniquity in this nation.
It says, but, remember, it's two heathens having a conversation. It says, but if there be no iniquity, meaning no sin, right? Just imagine, if our people was not doing any of this right now, not committing sin, not buying or selling in this country right now. Just imagine, if we just shut it down for one day, the economy will fall.
Right,
it will
right.
crash. How is it that we're supposedly 13% of the population, but we're like 80%, we make up 80% of the economy? Right, we spend trillions of dollars a year. If we stop buying on the Sabbath, America will be bankrupt. You understand? But so the heathen understand this. They said if there be no iniquity in them, read.
In their nation, let my Lord now pass by.
It says leave them alone. Leave them alone. If there's no sin in the nation of Israel, leave them alone. Here's why. Read.
Let their God defend it.
What did it say?
Let their God defend it.
Right.
Again, the heathen understand that we're the only people that have a God.
Right.
And if we're keeping the commandments, our God will fight for us.
That's
We
right.
won't have to pick up a gun. We won't have to try to march in the street and fight the other nation. Our God will defend us if we're doing what? If we're keeping the commandments. It's always back to the commandments.
Right.
Our people love to break God's commandments. But if we keep the commandments, we won't have to march in the street and ask for no justice, no peace. Hands up, don't shoot. We won't have to ask for equality. We're above them. Why are we asking them for equality?
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.